Consumer Reports' latest SUV rankings show a pattern that many buyers tend to overlook. Reliability is not always tied to the most expensive badge, the newest technology, or the longest list of features. In several cases, the strongest vehicles are not the flashiest models in the showroom. They are the ones built around familiar powertrains, practical interiors, careful quality control, and fewer systems that can become expensive as the vehicle gets older. This list looks at 7 SUVs that stood out for reliability, practicality, and long-term ownership value. Some are mainstream family vehicles, others come from the luxury segment. What connects them is not image. It is the way they are engineered to remain dependable after the early excitement of ownership has worn off. At number 7 is the Subaru Forester. The Subaru Forester earns its place here because Consumer Reports rated it as one of the strongest compact SUVs in its class. The 2025 Forester received an overall score of 93, ranked first out of 25 compact SUVs, and received a predicted reliability score of 98 out of 100. The Forester does not make its case through flash or excess. Its appeal is practical. Consumer Reports describes it as a sturdy and functional small SUV that stays close to the qualities that made the model popular in the first place. A large part of the Forester's strength comes from Subaru's decision to keep the formula familiar. It has standard all-wheel drive, a naturally aspirated engine, a roomy cabin, strong outward visibility, and simple day-to-day usability. It is not trying to imitate a luxury vehicle. It is built to be useful in ordinary driving, in bad weather, and over years of ownership. Consumer Reports also pointed to several strengths that matter in daily use. The Forester has a comfortable ride, strong fuel economy, short stopping distances, wide outward visibility, and a roomy rear seat. None of those features is especially dramatic, but they are exactly the details that make an SUV easier to live with over time. The cabin follows the same approach. It is open, practical, and easy to see out of. The large windows, low beltline, and thin roof pillars make the Forester easier to drive in traffic and easier to park. For many owners, that kind of visibility matters more after a few years than a complicated dashboard or a long list of luxury-style features. Cargo space is another advantage. Consumer Reports noted that cargo room increased to 38.5 cubic feet, which is strong for a compact SUV with a modest footprint. That gives the Forester real utility without forcing buyers into a larger and more expensive vehicle. There are drawbacks. Consumer Reports noted that the Forester can feel underpowered and the infotainment screen can be slow to respond. Some controls are also buried in the center screen instead of being handled by physical buttons. Those are real complaints, but they do not erase the larger reliability story. The Forester belongs on this list because it shows how high reliability often comes from restraint. Subaru kept the vehicle practical, familiar, and focused. It does not chase horsepower numbers or luxury gimmicks. It gives buyers a compact SUV that is efficient, roomy, easy to use, and highly rated for predicted reliability. For shoppers who want a dependable SUV without moving into luxury pricing, the Subaru Forester is one of the strongest Consumer Reports-based choices in this group. At number 6 is the Subaru Outback Wilderness. Consumer Reports gave this SUV a reliability score of 93. That score reflects a vehicle designed for conditions far beyond normal commuting. The Outback Wilderness has been tested in 127-degree heat in Death Valley, -40-degree blizzards in Alaska, and difficult off-road conditions that can quickly expose weaknesses in cooling, suspension, and drivetrain systems. Subaru's older reputation was affected by head gasket failures, but the company changed course. It reworked the engine block, changed the metallurgy, redesigned the sealing technology, and now tests every engine for 200 continuous hours before installation. The important detail is that this testing is not limited to one engine from a batch. It applies to every engine. The Outback Wilderness also benefits from what Subaru chose not to add. It avoids the electronic parking brake, skips the sensor-heavy power liftgate, and keeps several systems simpler than they could have been. As vehicles age, those choices matter. Fewer parts usually mean fewer chances for failure. That approach shows up across the vehicle. The underbody protection is real steel rather than decorative plastic. The suspension components appear substantial for the vehicle's weight class. The overall design suggests that Subaru expected owners to use the vehicle in difficult conditions, not simply treat it as an appearance package. The financial side supports the same point. The Outback Wilderness holds about 72% of its value after 3 years, which is higher than some luxury SUVs that cost far more. Buyers recognize the value of a tough, simple vehicle, and resale prices tend to reflect that. At number 5 is the Lexus NX350H. Consumer Reports gave the NX350H a reliability score of 94, which stands out because this SUV carries a large amount of technology. It includes adaptive suspension that adjusts hundreds of times per second, digital side mirrors, a touchpad interface, extensive mood lighting, and enough electronics to create long-term concern in many vehicles. The difference is that Lexus did not rush the launch. The company delayed the vehicle for 11 months to correct 17 potential failure points found during pre-production. Entire systems were revised before the public saw the SUV. By the time the NX350H reached showrooms, it had the benefit of additional development rather than the usual first-year uncertainty. The hybrid system is another important part of the story. Lexus used components connected to Toyota's industrial equipment division, including systems related to forklifts and warehouse machines designed to run for long hours over many years. The result is a hybrid SUV rated at 39 miles per gallon that also accelerates faster than the non-hybrid version, reaching 60 miles per hour in 6.8 seconds. Inside, the NX feels closer to a smaller Lexus LS than a typical compact crossover. It uses semi-aniline leather, reinforced stitching, and composite materials designed to resist cracking and off-gassing in extreme weather. This is a luxury cabin built to age well, not just impress during a short test drive. Lexus also sells the NX350H with a relatively low markup because it is aimed directly at German luxury competitors. That gives the vehicle a rare combination of high-end materials, strong fuel economy, and top-tier reliability without the ownership costs many buyers expect from this segment. At number 4 is the Toyota Highlander Hybrid. Three-row SUVs often face more long-term stress than smaller vehicles. They carry more weight, more passengers, more electrical load, and more mechanical demand. The Highlander Hybrid stands out because Consumer Reports gave it a reliability score of 96. Toyota reached that result by scaling up proven hybrid systems from the Prius and Camry, instead of introducing experimental hardware. These powertrains already had millions of real-world miles behind them. Toyota avoided unnecessary engineering risk and relied on components refined over decades. 4 years into this generation of the Highlander Hybrid, there is still no significant pattern of failure. Complaints, owner forms, and recall history show very little for a vehicle in this class. That is unusual for any three-row SUV, especially one using a hybrid system. Toyota's quality control is also part of the result. Every Highlander Hybrid goes through 847 separate tests before leaving the factory. These include diagnostic sweeps, pressure testing, and seal inspections measured down to the millimeter. Toyota treats the vehicle as a long-term engineering product, not simply another family SUV moving down an assembly line. The depreciation numbers are also strong. Many three-row SUVs lose about 45% of their value in 3 years. The Highlander Hybrid holds around 70%, a $50,000 family vehicle retaining about $35,000 in value after several years changes the ownership equation. It also delivers 35 miles per gallon, seating for 8, and towing capacity of up to 5,000 pounds. At number 3 is the Honda CR-V Hybrid. The CR-V Hybrid represents a quieter kind of strength. It is not built around drama or attention-grabbing design. Consumer Reports gave it one of the highest reliability scores in its segment, and that result fits Honda's long-term approach to hybrid development. Honda took a hybrid system it had refined for more than a decade and built the powertrain with long service life in mind. The CR-V Hybrid's strength is consistency. Owners have reported no major failure pattern through the first several years of production, with no widespread hybrid battery degradation, no recurring electrical issues, and no transmission disasters. The electric motor assist smooths acceleration, the ECVT avoids the harsh feel associated with some conventional CVTs, and the gasoline engine is not heavily strained in normal driving. Honda also kept the design relatively simple. It avoided fragile air suspension, unnecessary gimmicks, and overly complicated systems that can create failures around 60,000 miles. Fuel economy sits in the mid-40s without much effort, which lowers operating costs well before the warranty period ends. The interior follows Honda's usual formula: durable materials, clean ergonomics, and minimal drama. The cabin is designed to resist rattles, squeaks, and premature wear. Resale value is another strength, typically hovering around 68 to 70% after 3 years. That places a CR-V hybrid close to Toyota territory and makes it one of the lower-cost SUVs to own over the long term. If the Lexus NX 350h is the technology-heavy luxury hybrid, and the Highlander hybrid is the 3-row efficiency leader, the CR-V hybrid is the straightforward option that simply works. At number 2 is the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. The RAV4 Hybrid is often overlooked until the reliability data is reviewed. Consumer Reports consistently ranks it among the most reliable vehicles sold in America. 4 years into its production cycle, there is still no repeating pattern of significant mechanical failure. There are no widespread hybrid battery complaints, no inverter issues, and no transmission disasters. The result is predictable durability, which is exactly what long-term owners and mechanics value. The strength of the RAV4 Hybrid is its powertrain. Toyota did not design it around acceleration numbers or marketing claims. It used proven hybrid architecture from its global parts bin, the same type of engineering found in taxis, delivery vehicles, and commercial hybrids overseas that routinely accumulate high mileage. Owners regularly report fuel economy in the mid-40s, even with passengers, cargo, and daily use. The hybrid system also shows little degradation over time. RAV4 hybrids with 150,000 miles can still return fuel economy close to what they delivered when new. Financially, the RAV4 hybrid is just as strong. It holds around 70% of its value after 3 years, placing it alongside the Highlander hybrid and ahead of much of the luxury segment. It offers mainstream pricing with long-term ownership behavior that resembles a much more expensive vehicle. The interior is classic Toyota, tough fabrics, intuitive controls, and very little that feels likely to fail at 60,000 miles. It is not designed around complexity, it is designed to remain dependable. At number 1 is the Acura MDX. Acura had been working to regain attention in the luxury SUV market, and the MDX helped change that conversation. Consumer Reports gave it a reliability score of 97, a level usually associated with vehicles that show very few weaknesses over time. The MDX is not simply a more expensive Honda Pilot. It shares a platform, but the engineering beneath it is different. Acura revised the suspension geometry, electronics architecture, and insulation with a clear focus on refinement and durability. Noise control is one of the first differences. Acoustic insulation is used throughout the doors, floor, roof, and cabin structure to reduce road noise before it reaches passengers. The electronics are also refined and notably trouble-free compared with many luxury SUVs that become service bay regulars as they age. The chassis tuning is another major part of the vehicle's appeal. Acura spent 24 months perfecting the suspension. Many manufacturers spend far less time on that process. Acura continued until the MDX could ride like a luxury sedan while still handling with more control than its size suggests. Owners also report low maintenance demands. Routine service is largely limited to oil changes and tire rotations. Service departments created reminder programs because some owners were forgetting the SUV needed attention at all. Acura was confident enough in the vehicle to extend the powertrain warranty to 6 years or 70,000 miles. The MDX is quiet, comfortable, stable at speed, and practical. Its third row is not merely an emergency seat. It is a usable space where adults can sit without feeling compressed. Taken together, these 7 SUVs show why reliability is rarely the result of one feature or one impressive number. The Subaru Forester makes its case through practicality and simplicity. The Outback Wilderness adds toughness. The Lexus NX 350H shows how advanced technology can still work when it is carefully developed. The Highlander Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and RAV4 Hybrid show the value of mature hybrid systems. The Acura MDX shows that a luxury SUV can still be built with durability in mind. None of these vehicles is perfect. Every buyer should still check maintenance history, recalls, common problem areas, and real ownership costs before making a decision. But the pattern is clear. The strongest long-term choices are usually not the vehicles built around image. They are the ones built around engineering that continues to matter years later.